A federal jury awarded Vanessa Bryant $16 million in her case against Los Angeles County. The money is for emotional distress caused by deputies and firefighters sharing photos of the bodies of Kobe Bryant and his daughter. They were taken at the site of the 2020 helicopter crash that killed them both. The jurors agreed with Vanessa Bryant that her privacy was invaded when officials shared photos of the remains of Kobe Bryant and their 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. Vanessa Bryant tearfully testified during the 11-day trial that news of the photos compounded her grief after losing her husband as well as her daughter. Her co-plaintiff, Chris Chester, who lost his wife and daughter in the crash, was awarded $15 million. And I do like to do a little breakdown of where the money goes to. So the county, they're going to pay her $2.5 million for emotional distress, like I said before, $7.5 million. That's going to cover future suffering. The LA County Fire Department, they're paying $1 million for past suffering and then $5 million for future suffering. So with this case, it was about 11 days. It was 11 days. And so the deliberations were between 3 and 4 hours each day. And, you know, Vanessa Bryant, she said after this that she lives in fear every single day that these photos are going to make it to the internet, that these photos are going to make it to her daughters. And so there were a lot of people online that were wondering, well, she has money, so why would she want to get money? Awful people online were saying that. And so we were talking about it this morning on our morning show on Power 106, that it doesn't even matter if she has no money, how much money she has. At the end of the day, it's about the grief, the future suffering that you're going to have. Because the other families, we don't know how much money they have. The other family, the Chester family, we don't know how much money they have. No one's asking them why they wanted so much money from this case. At the end of the day, we know this does not bring back the families and the lives that were lost. And so I feel like let her deal with her money and grieve in the way that she wants to grieve.
Yeah. I think every LA County resident should be outraged about what they did with these photos. Because this verdict, if you live in LA County, will eventually be paying this verdict because the residents are going to be responsible. That's how it works. So it's very important when we elect, when we vote, when we elect our sheriff office and those people that we put in office and all of this, because it all ties back together. So it just goes back to voting and all of those things, because it was outrageous what they did. And as to your point, Demi, she deserves every dime for what happened to her in this situation. I think it was more about the principal than it was about anything else in the first place, right?
I agree.
Making them accountable for what they did and saying that you just can't get away with doing something like this. But I think everyone who lives in LA County should be upset, because this is somehow going to come out of everyone's pocket, because this verdict means that the taxpayers have to pay it.
Yeah,
that's
it definitely
really what
does.
it means.
Yeah, and when you think about that, this is a sensitive situation. Imagine, for so much you don't remember, this happened in Calabasas, 50 miles away in Norwalk. It's where the sheriff is showing it to a bartender who shows it to a patron, and thank God one of those patrons felt so offended that she filed a complaint. Otherwise, we don't know if this would have got stopped or how much further this would have gone. So this is what it pretty much kind of led to, a situation like this. This is how it started. So yes, it should be awarded. And in this country, it is what it is. When someone does something wrong, whether it's a police officer killing a black man or person of color or something such as this, they cut a check and people have to be held accountable. And usually, like you said, taxpayers have to pay it.